Alright, so on page 45 of your journal, you need to write your vocab 13 list. It's the list from yesterday's assignment. You can either print them out and glue them on, or you can write them out. If you know you're coming back soon to school, then you can get one when you come back. You just have to remember to get one. Alright, we're going to be on page 46 today of our journal. And what we're going to be doing is finding the distance between 2 points. So we're going to title that Distance Between 2 Points. For this lesson, you're either A, going to need to be able to print, or B, you need grid paper, or C, you need to be prepared to draw some graphs. Okay, so let's first talk about how do you find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. So we're going to write that. How do you find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate grid? Remember, I want your notes to match in class to best ability. So, our first step to doing it is to draw a line connecting the points. Label it C. All right, step 2 is draw the rise and run between the points. Count the squares label A and B. All right, and step 3 is use Pythagorean theorem to find C. All right, give you a minute to get that copy down. We're going to talk about it. If you did not turn in yesterday's vocab or yesterday's homework, those need to be done now at this point. They are due today by 2 o'clock. Both of them are. I will try my best to contact parents if I don't get them from you in a day or two. All right, so I have our 3 graphs. All right. So I'm going to glue it on, and then I'm going to let you either use your own coordinate grid to draw them, or if you want to go ahead and sketch them out. It is important that the points are exactly where they are on the picture. So go ahead and label. If you'd like to know what those points are, if that makes it easier, I can do that. Let's look. Sorry, I have it frozen right now so that me moving around doesn't mess it up. But we have point L is -5, -5, while M is 1, 3. For this one, we have P is -4, 2, while Q is 5, -2. F is -4, 4, while G is -1, -3. Alright, so at this point in the video, I need you to pause it and get it copied down if you want to, or if you printed it out. If you printed it, just cut this piece out of it. It was a foldable. Maybe I'll attach just those pieces. But go ahead and pause and push play when you're done. Alright, you should already have these drawn, so we're going to follow the directions. And I'm going to do mine in color just because I want it to show up really nice on this. So the first is to draw a line connecting the points. So I'm going to draw a line connecting those points. And it says label it C. Label it C. Sorry, I just hit the mic. Then the next step says draw the rise and run between the points. So I'm going to do it this way because I wrote my C there. But there's my run and there's my rise. This goes back to finding our slope. And count the squares. I'm going to count the square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice I am not counting the lines. I am counting the squares. So 1 square, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And label A and B. Now it doesn't matter which one's A and it doesn't matter which one's B. Doesn't make a difference. Alright, so our third step is to use Pythagorean Theorem. So I'm going to use my A squared plus B squared equals C squared to find C. Now I can see that this pink, I think it shows up pink in y'all's video, it might be more red, is my distance between those two sides. Now a very big mistake is people try to count it. They try to go, well that's 1, and that's 2, and that's 3, but this piece right here is not fully across an angle, and it's going diagonally anyways. So I can't just count. Now these I can, because I can see it goes from corner to corner, but I can't count the diagonal ones. So it made a perfect right triangle, and we have A is 8, my B is 6, and C squared. 8 squared is 64. Remember, it's 8 times 8, not 8 times 2, plus 36, because 6 times 6. This equals 100. Now, I'm going to stop here because I've had some people in class make this mistake, is they've stopped there, and they said, okay, C equals 100. Does that make sense that this equals 6, this equals 8, and this equals 100? No, it doesn't make sense. We've got to take the square root of that side, which will then give me what my C equals, and C equals 10. So let's look at the next one. Follow my directions. Draw a line connecting the 2 points. So, I'm going to do it in color again, just so it shows up nice and pretty. Well, that, and it's easier to kind of see it. That was horribly drawn, sorry about that. And I'm going to label it C. Now, I get asked this question every year when I teach this lesson. I get asked this. Do I make my triangle going this way, or do I make my triangle going this way? And it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I tend to drop it from here. I tend to go down and then over, but you can definitely go the other way. I like having my right angle at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the triangle for some reason. I'm going to label those A and B. And it says to count them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this side is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 I know that 9's a little hard to see, but you got to see that that red line was supposed to be going to this dot. Okay? Plug it in. Third step says use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 4 squared plus 9 squared plus c squared, because I don't know what c is. So 4 squared is 16. 9 squared is 81. 97 is not a perfect square, so we are going to keep it in our square root form. All right, our third one, I'm going to connect the dots. Let's see if I can do a better job connecting these. I'm going to label it C. And just to show you, I normally, both times, I kind of went down with my triangle. I went below it. But I'm going to show you with this one that you can go up with the triangle. So I'm trying to make it stand out a little bit. Count them. 1, 2, 3. And that's my A. Or B. Doesn't really matter. And then this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to make that one my B. So I'm going to do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 3 squared plus 7 squared equals C squared. 9 plus 49. Take the square roots. It is not a perfect square, so it's going to stay as square root of 58. Alright, we're going to go to the left side of this journal. The left side. And I have attached these 3 graphs in your, I think also, no, I don't think I attached these. I attached these blank, and you'll have to draw the points on them, because I had to hand draw these points. But I'm going to put up here what the points are for you. 0, 0. And this one is 5, 5. I know it's easier to put the points without. This one is -2, -2. And this one is 6, -5. And the third one doesn't have points drawn, it just has them labeled. So what I want you to do is either do 3 grids that you cut out, or if you want to hand sketch them, or if you printed these out. But what I want you to do right now is I want you to pause this video, and I want you to push play when you have all 3 of those drawn. So go ahead and pause it. Alright, so hopefully you paused the video and drew those. I'm going to go ahead and glue mine down. You either drew them or printed them out, or maybe you did them on grid paper or sketched them. Lots of different options. You're always welcome. If you would rather have a paper copy of some of this, just let me know and I will leave you the paper copies in the front office. And if you want to do that every week, come by and get them. That's fine too. I don't have very many of you that are virtual anymore. Alright, so my first step is to draw a line connecting the points. Now I like to use a ruler because I like my points to be straight. My lines to be straight. Sorry, not my points. Sorry, been a very long day. I'm going to label it C. And then I'm going to draw my second step. To do my rise and run. Like I said in the previous problems, I really like doing mine where the right angle's at the bottom. Label it A and B and count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty much I'm counting the rise and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the first 2 steps are just setting up this problem to be able to solve. Alright, that's the first 2 steps. Okay, so now third step is use Pythagorean theorem. So we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A is 5. B is 5. Keep the C. 25 plus 25. 50. And I'm going to take the square root of that to get that length is square root of 50. Now we could put that in a calculator and you're going to find it's about 7.1 roughly, somewhere around there. That makes sense because if side A is 5 and side B is 5 and C is supposed to be longer, then it needs to be longer than 5. All right, let's look at the next example. All right, so I'm going to connect my points. That's the first step. Ooh, did not do a good job connecting those two. Sorry. I'm going to label it C. I'm going to do my rise and my run. Label it A and B. Again, I could have gone above that line and done my triangle right here. I just like having that right triangle at the bottom. So I tend to do it the same way every time. So that's 3 units. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. My third step is to use Pythagorean Theorem. So, on my pencil, there we go. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And I'm going to plug in my A, plug in my B, keep my C the same because I don't know it yet. 9 plus 64. So 73. That is not going to be a perfect square. So square root of 73 will equal what C equals. Alright. Alright, so next. Sometimes it just gives us 2 points, and we don't necessarily already have them. But luckily, we know how to plot points. So we need to plot these points. So 3, 1. And negative 4, 7. Alright, my first step is to connect the points. Label it as C. As I say, I like that blue. It shows up. The green was pretty, but this blue shows up really nice in this video. Do my rise over run. Label the 2 sides as A and B. Count my sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, just double checking that because I feel like I kind of slid it a little bit. Third step, use Pythagorean Theorem. Just working it out. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. Add those 2 pieces together. I get 85. That's what C squared equals, not what C. So I need to take the square root to get C by itself. And 85 is not a perfect square, so it's going to stay a square root of 85. Alright, as always, if you have questions, please send them my way. We will have a test on this on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to do some practice with this. On Friday we're going to do a review, but on Monday you have a test over it. So if you have questions, please get those taken care of. All right, you have a blessed day.